It's not just the government getting into better financial shape, but so are the rest of us. New statistics from the Federal Reserve show that Americans are doing a lot less borrowing these days. Hampton Pearson has more on what that lower debt load means for the economy.
In the first 3 months of this year, Americans lightened their household balance sheets by about $110 billion, according to the New York Federal Reserve. Debt payments increased and delinquency rates fell across the board on everything from home mortgages, home equity loans, and credit cards. People like Bradford Elder, who's been on a self-described financial diet of less revolving credit.
Well, as the economy improves, I think that people are much more cognizant of the amount of debt they're taking on, what kind of debt it is. Is it risky debt? Is it revolving credit card debt? So I think the awareness of the problem has increased.
Student loan debt bucked the trend, rising to $986 billion, an all-time record. Among those paying the price, Kendra Clayton. She's working full-time, attending law school at night with the debt burden to match.
And debt's not something that I really look forward to, especially being a law student. Times are tough right now, so you definitely want to think very smartly before you go back to school.
Total debt topped $11.2 trillion in the first quarter of this year, down from the $12.7 trillion peak in the third quarter of 2008 during the financial crisis. Leading economists say it is part of the reality check for consumers, who know banks now have tightened their credit standards.
If you go back to the pre-bubble years when everyone's getting credit cards all over the place, they don't have that anymore. They have lower limits. So to some extent, people simply don't have the option to borrow the way they used to.
Economists agree less household debt is a good thing. With fewer loans and credit card debt to pay, Americans are free to start borrowing again to help grow the economy. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Hampton Pearson in Washington.